Weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. Psalm 30, verse 5. Hi guys. I've been saying for years now, the thing I love the least about fall in the north is the evident shortening of days, which increases darkness. During my first autumn after leaving my island home, I was surrounded by love and support while trying to acclimate. I didn't even notice how the extensive darkness affected my emotions. However, during my second fall, there was no mistaking it. I definitely needed more sunlight than I was getting. By spring of year 3, my doctor prescribed vitamin D supplements and recommended some dietary adjustments to help combat my symptoms. The impact of darkness on the body and mind is immense. Any darkness can have this effect. Seasonal depression is as real as the flu. It's a heavy feeling that can mess with your mood, increase drowsiness, and keep you from going outside for days or weeks. I find darkness to be worse than confusion. It feels like pitch silence. No light, no words, no hope. That solid, stiff, and suffocating kind of darkness. I remember growing up, and my dad would refuse to come home if there was a power outage. Good old days. When I'm hosting my drive time one girl show during my commute, I often play this song called Dark Room by Shano. It's one of those tracks that demand more attention than just casually jamming along. My guy says, lights out. It's the darkest time for me. Lights out, my 2 hands out, but I just can't feel. Imagine having tried everything, done everything, and then having all your words, actions, and thoughts replayed as reminders that you are unworthy of love, forgiveness, or peace. It may sound like a ridiculous situation, yet some people have faced this experience multiple times in their lives. If you have the confidence to recognize that you are loved, forgiven, and worthy, consider it a blessing. I've learned that some people are unaware that there are more positive answers to their silent cries and painful questions. It seems that some individuals are drawn to the trauma and hurt that come from being submerged in a sea of darkness. Me, I dislike disturbance, imbalance, drama, uncertainty, or uneasiness. However, no matter how hard we try to avoid them, these feelings sometimes occur beyond our control. My response to this is quiet meditation. I listen to music, I read scripture, I write down the chaos happening in my mind, and I seek out uplifting material to consume, all in an effort to clear the mental and emotional cobwebs. My song today was Shalom by Bridge Worship, where the hook says, "You are the fortress for the weak, my covering is. You are the refuge I seek. I'm under your wings. Shalom, shalom, shalom. You're my peace. Shalom, shalom, shalom over me." I have an old sticky note with Jeremiah 29:11 on my work computer, and it's been there for nearly 3 years. Occasionally, I read or listen to the entire chapter of Jeremiah 29, where God delivers a message to the Hebrew people in exile. In verses 5 to 6 of that chapter, God advises them not to be influenced by their circumstances or pay attention to the distractions. It says, "Build houses and live in them. Plant gardens and eat their produce. Take wives and have sons and daughters. Take wives for your sons and give your daughters into marriages, that they may bear sons and daughters. Multiply there and do not decrease. In other words, even in the worst of situations, focus on the assignment and stand on my promises. I like to think about Job, the man who God boasted about to the devil. God essentially recommended Job to be tested. And I have to admit, I'm quick to say, Lord, I'm quite comfortable in my little corner, so please don't call me to the front of the class. Job, Job, was living righteously. The devil was at the time searching endlessly for someone to challenge, but couldn't find anyone worthy. Then God asked, have you considered my servant Job? In my interpretation, that's God saying, do your worst. I know my boy won't even flinch. And it's true, Job never wavered. However, the devil took on that challenge and turned Job's life upside down. He lost everything except his wife and his life within a matter of days. Even his closest friends began to talk nonsense and second guess Job's integrity. His own wife asked him, why don't you just curse God and die? I can only imagine how Job felt. Job was now a childless leper, covered in sores from the crown of his head to the soles of his feet. Despite his suffering, he was willing to wait for as long as it took for God to reveal himself as God of both the day and the night. Job never doubted God. Have you ever noticed how much more a light shines in darkness compared to when it's surrounded by other lights? Sometimes we need to be led into the valleys of the shadow of death for our souls to be restored. We must be taken out of the bright lights and busy city life and brought into a quiet place. At times, we need to strip away everything that covers or crowds our true selves, allowing us to bare our souls. Sometimes, for our light to shine brightly, we need to be placed not on a hill, but in a dark cave or a night sky. I'm not a comfortable night driver due to a light sensitivity. It's easier now because my current roads are wider and I don't encounter many high beams while driving at night here. However, the fact remains that those same lights shining during the day wouldn't affect my eyes in the same way. In the darkness of night, the lights hit my optical receptors differently because there's nothing else to cancel out those light waves. Job felt utterly alone, even among those who stood with him. They weren't truly present. He faced his struggles on his own, but his faith in God gave him strength. Eventually, his darkest moments led to a daybreak filled with restoration. So don't worry about the darkness that may come. Remember that dawn always follows. So trust the process. As a little girl, I attended night service at church with my parents. But my favorite part was always testimony service because I cherished hearing life stories. And there's a song that they sang very often. Somebody prayed for me. They had me on their minds. They sacrificed their time. They bowed down on their knees and prayed for me. They had no doubt that God would work it out, that He would change my life and set me free. Oh, I'm so glad that somebody prayed for me. they're my side. Thank you for praying for me. Please continue praying, and until next time, I love you. Take care.